On Friday, a family waited for their visitation time at the Aurora detention facility, only to learn it would never happen.
And they just tell me, your husband's not here. And I was like, what do you mean by that? He's not here. Where is he? And they're like, sorry, we don't know.
Alexandria Dell's husband, Ariel Cruz Penton, was picked up by ICE about a month ago. On Friday, she arrived for a visit.
I had to stop myself from crying because at that moment my heart dropped and I'm like, where are they taking him?
She learned he was transferred to Texas. Dell says they were in the process of appealing a judge's decision to reopen his case after receiving a final order of removal.
Since meeting our current lawyers, we have been doing the I-130 to, go about this to get him citizenship through our marriage. And then we've also petitioned to open his case back up for parole.
Dell says her husband was forced to sign papers that gave up his rights to parole shortly after arriving in the United States. Ever since, they've been fighting it to keep their family and their 2.5-year-old daughter together.
I don't know much more we can do at that point to show that he needs to be here. But like I said, I'm trying everything. I'm just hoping for a miracle at this point.
Dell says her husband has no criminal history.
It doesn't matter if you do everything right. It doesn't matter if you're not a criminal. It's up to the person who, it's up to the deportation officer, the ICE, the judge, whoever's reading the case, it's in their hands.
On a phone call this weekend, she learned ICE is trying to deport him to Mexico, a country he's not even from, as his wife here in Colorado fights with her lawyers to make sure the only place he returns is home.
So I'm just hoping that someone can have a little bit of, humanity and help us out, because this is his home. It's not Cuba, it's not Mexico, it's not anywhere else. This is his home right here with us.
Being from Cuba, it does make deportation a little bit more complicated. In the past, Cuba would not accept deportees. Now they do on a very limited basis. The Supreme Court has now ruled the Trump administration can send deportees to third countries, as in places where they're not originally from. Of course, we'll be keeping a close eye on this case and what happens with this particular family.
Yeah, wild. Okay, Angeline, thank you.